welcome back to Switch to Linux. So we just want to do a quick impromptu stream. Yes, Libre Secure, not much warning from YouTube on this one. Yes, that's because it is a non-scheduled stream. I usually don't stream at this time, except I did last week this time too. But I had to do a big project right on up until my cutoff point to when I usually start even thinking about what I want to do for videos. So I'm like, we're just going to go ahead and just do something kind of more off the cuff than I usually do, which, you know, I'm usually off the cuff. But, you know, whoa! Sounds as though my mute button's not pushed there either. Haha, there we are. Now we're muted. That was exciting. All right. So, greetings, everybody. So, Libre Secure, Narus, greetings. Mitchell Morrison, hello there. Yes, I crossed 8,000. Let's see where am I actually at. 8,157. I've actually had a slower growth over the last couple of days. But not completely sure what's happening with that. But, you know, at least I wasn't, like, kind of kicked off of Google like Sarkhan of Akkad. So, yeah, interesting things going on in the YouTube world right now. And just not even completely sure if I wanted to do a whole video on that. But a lot of people, particularly more of your right-leaning, more conservative. Actually, Sarkhan, though, isn't he liberal? I don't know. I don't watch his stuff. But a lot of there's a few big channels that were kind of kicked off of Google recently. A lot of interesting ones. And I know Computing Forever did a video kind of about it today, and it's just like kind of gets you thinking, wonder if I'm at risk of that, because I kind of brush close to that line at times, but I don't know. In fact, maybe that's why I occasionally get hit with that crazy demonetization bug. I don't know. But anyway, we're just going to keep on plugging along, and if I happen to disappear off of YouTube one day because the YouTube Gestapo takes me out, just check out switchtolinux.com. I'll put a post over there. That's a good thing about controlling your domain names and your servers and things like that. So, but anyway, what we're going to be doing today is taking some opinions as to which Linux distro to be running on my media PC next. A couple of little things as you start thinking about it. Number one, it is not going to be Gen 2. I mean, unless you have like a simple one-click install. If I have to spend more than an hour, it ain't happening. I just don't have that kind of time. Like you guys know, I'm not a guy that got into Linux to be a basement geeky Linux nerd that gets excited about running a terminal on a printer. That's not what my my interest is. My interest is what is the practicality of us running Linux on our systems and getting our work done. So I don't mind spending a little bit of time getting a few bugs worked out and things. Next is generally I try and run different distros than I'm used to running. So I'm not going to run something like Peppermint or Mate or Cinnamon because I run those on a regular basis already. Probably I might even look for something outside of KDE at this point because I do run that a lot. But I'm not, again, going to learn something that's going to take forever to learn. Like i3, I think. I don't have time to sit here and read documentation for how to add a desktop folder. But anyway, if you have some thoughts about the types of Linux distros that I might want to run next, we are going to be doing things differently. I did pick up a little, look at that, there's part of the thing there is taken in by the green screen. But I do have a hard drive now. I'm going to be installing things on instead of installing things on the USB thumb drive. So although that works, I think I'll get better test results, better, more real-world test results on this system. If I can actually get this thing open. Excuse me, kitty. I need a knife. All right, let's see. All right, so this is just a Western Digital 1 terabyte hard drive with some crappy backup software that's going to get overwritten by a Linux distro the first time I pull it out of the box. But these are actually down to like $50, and I can actually run multiple different distros on these. Let's see what's inside the box here. I have my USB cable, which has the kind of like the high-speed USB 3 type cable. Of course, we have the hard drive. Again, this one's a 1 terabyte. Hello. Okay. Oh boy, I can go go to little stuff. I don't know, useless gibberish stuff. All right, a bunch of useless gibberish stuff. But we're going to be using this to install Linux distros on. I have one of these that syncs up to my Open Media Vault. But that's what I'm going to be installing my distros on, because I think I'm going to get a lot better results. So I'm going to spin back around, see if I can get Solus working, see if I can get Elementary working well, things like that, as I'm kind of spinning back around. So that's kind of what I'm working on doing now. Let me move my comment thing somewhere else, because I had it on the other side, but I think this will work better, this stream here. All right, so let's see what else we got. George TJ, Van Cats are the best. Yes. XP, greetings. I don't know idea how to pronounce that again. K-I-2-I-N. Kiduine? I don't know. Boss Tweed, greetings. Harold Cruz, hello there. Minimal Design, greetings. Jason K, hello there. Ray, greetings. Analog, hello. Tim F, greetings. Not getting pulled out to dinner tonight so I can watch. Woohoo! Fear Smasher, hello there. Uploading my vids to BitChute. Alright, yeah, that might be an option I move into. I don't know. I have a time specifically when I'm going to be moving on to another platform. Moving too early is potentially platform suicide. I don't want to do that. You got to know when and how and have a plan what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Are you subscribed to Unix porn? No, I avoid porn. I'm sorry. Can I do Arch Labs? I don't know. I think I've looked into Arch Labs before. I think it doesn't use like i3 or something. It uses some desktop environment that is simply not compatible with how I need things to work on the platform. When I have more time to invest in more research for things, I want to get into doing, looking into all of these things, but the minimal type of desktop this is, I don't know how to run it. It's not intuitive, and I absolutely do not have time to dig through the documentation. So I'm probably not going to run Arch Labs, but, it's down the road. Deepin has been suggested, and I'm thinking I would like to definitely look at the Deepin desktop. I have some early opinions on it, but I'm not completely sure. Did I try and run it? I can't remember. In which case, then, I need to decide. Do I try and run something else like Manjaro that runs the Deepin desktop, or just use the Deepin, the full thing itself? Use Elementary? No, not right now. Not right now. Although, next time I need a boost in hits, I'll just run Elementary again, and then I'll crap all about how bad it actually is again. Identify real, legitimate, logical reasons why it sucks, and then I'll get all of the Elementary fanboys out to go, you're so wrong, you're so stupid. No, not wrong or stupid. It's good for people who it's good for. I think Elementary is bipolar. I would love to see them get rid of their bipolarness, so I can approach it from an appropriate standpoint. Is Elementary for new users? Then make it work for new users. Don't sit here and have a whole bunch of nerdy Linux guys who live in the terminal telling me how good Elementary is when it's designed, quote unquote, for new users, when all of the GUI stuff is broken out of the box. Elementary, get in gear. Are you for new Linux users, or are you for geeks? If you're for geeks, put your branding up as being for geeks, and I will have no problem with it, because it's a distro that is for geeks. But as long as you sit there and saying it's a distro for new users, and the GUI doesn't even update, the GUI system doesn't even properly push updates the first time out of the box, it's not for new users, because the new user doesn't know what a terminal is or how to use it. So yeah, there's my mini Elementary rant. So Deepin is what people are saying. Deepin is very underrated. So those that run Deepin, what is the advantage of running the Deepin distro versus just something else with a Deepin desktop environment? Answer me that in the live comments if you can. New release a few days ago. Greetings, Mark. Heard I have it in a VM. Full disk encryption isn't available. I don't care if full disk encryption is available or not on this case. Just because this is a PC that really doesn't get into using a whole lot. It's got no Linux. So far I've tried Ubuntu, Mint, Manjaro, and Arch Labs. Cool. What's your favorite so far? Card is better for using for a video editing rig. You know, I don't know. What I end up getting is a AMD R7. It was kind of like a Best Buy exclusive. It is, I think it might, I can't remember if it's a single or a dual core on the card itself, but it has 4 gigabytes of onboard video RAM. I easily support 2 external HD monitors. Card works great, and it was pretty cheap. It was only like $70. Of course, now with all the Bitcoin mining shooting prices through the window, it might be like $800, and that's budget these days. I don't know. But, all right. It's meant to be easy for beginning users. Well, then they need to make it easy for beginning users. Deepen is like X-turn, but it's not scary. Okay. Jerome Corsi. I don't know who Jerome Corsi is. Let's see who Jerome Corsi is. Oh, is he connected to InfoWars? I know InfoWars got like a couple of community strikes. Huh, I don't know. I don't know who that is. Hello, Isaiah. Greetings. Only comment if you've used one. This is to finish up client's build. Oh, okay, okay. Linux Daily, greetings. Have you tried Qubes 4? I'm guessing that's Q4 OS, Qubes 4. I have not. My Qubes build is Qubes 3 still. The one thing that I'm not fan, let's have a quick look at Qubes. I really like Qubes. If you're looking for a good distro to run that is a good distro to run that for security type stuff, look into running Qubes, which is a reasonably secure operating system. I absolutely love this distro. It's kind of like gets all this is the best one you'd install to a hard drive for good security, which has the Unix and the Tor built in automatically, but it does everything in separate cubes and things like that. This is version 3. I'm guessing this is what you were talking about. Now, what's new is with version 3, you had it had Debian and it had Fedora in there. And my understanding, and pardon me if I'm ignorant on this, but my understanding is with Qubes 4, this is the release candidate. I think that they are only doing Fedora by default. Okay. Debian 9 is in there. Interesting. Okay. I thought when I was reading through the release notes that it had that it only had Fedora by default. Now you could install the other ones, so like you can install Ubuntu, you can install other distros into it, and that was kind of what you could do, and it's not super difficult. The thing about Qubes though is it's one of these huge downloads. I think it's like 4 gigs to download. So no, I have not played around with this at all. I still have two Qubes installs locally that are Qubes 3. One of them was actually for an old work project that needs to be probably wiped soon because it was for an old client, and I'm no longer working with them. And I think I said like after 6 months I'm going to completely wipe it. And I think it's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 months since I've worked with them. But as soon as that's done, everything I have with them is gone. Qubes does support your full disk encryption. You can run it on a USB drive. One of my installs is on a 64 gig USB drive. It'll run on a hard drive. I've been thinking actually about running Qubes, partitioning my main work laptop and keeping, because I don't come close to using a full terabyte of hard drive space. I was thinking about partitioning it out and running Qubes on that. The thing is that Qubes supports your full hard drive encryption, and I'm not sure if that's going to mess with everything else. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go there right now. But you do have your full disk encryption, and then it'll isolate things out. Beautiful, awesome distro. XFCE is the desktop environment. It works wonderfully. And so that's one of the things that I use quite a bit. Ever tried Anarchy Linux? No, I've not tried Anarchy Linux. Let's look up Anarchy Linux. Aimed at bringing Linux revolution to the world. It's a way of future desktops to provide you with a platform to install custom Arch-based system just the way you like it. Anarchy Linux intended both novice and advanced users alike. Okay, so boot it from there. Let's see. The live system contains XFCE and desktop suite installer. Support multiple variety of configuration options. Oh, that's interesting. See how big the download is on that. One gig download. Let's go ahead and download that. See what I get. Whoa, that just instantly knocked my stream uploading quite a bit. We're back. All right, yeah, I'll download that and maybe boot that in a VirtualBox here. See what I get. Typically, I've done general purpose builds. Good evening, Keegan. Hello, LJ. I believe I saw i3 on the new Arch Labs ISO. Yeah, that's why I don't want to run Arch Labs. I don't have time to figure out how to use i3. Yes, too many distros. It is maddening indeed. It is maddening. What's wrong with nerds? Nothing is wrong with nerds. The problem is, here is the problem. In fact, one of them did a video recently, kind of like a discussion, and I watched the whole thing and I thought they completely missed the part, the mark. And they're like, you know, why isn't Linux taking off? Well, because the thing is that a lot of the people that use Linux and that push and promote Linux are not using computers the way an ordinary individual uses computers. That's the problem. And there is a major disconnect between how those folks communicate to the regular computer users. That is the bridge that must be gapped. Yeah, whatever. The gap that must be bridged, I should say, in order to bring Linux to the common user. We need to stop focusing on what's cool, what's FOSS, what's the command line, what's the terminal, and bring Linux to the realm to where a normal computer user can install it and use it. And that's kind of the situation. And I have a friend traveling, so he's just giving me some notices, and so I did tell him I am keeping up to date when anytime he sends me a message. Okay. All right. So, I'll tell him that later. There's another thing I want to tell him. I'll tell him that in a little bit here. And so anyway, what we need is distros that are easy to use, that are easy to understand. Now, for the nerds out there, awesome, great. We need you. We need you to work and develop these things, but we need some folks that are bridging back and forth and things. I'm an elementary user and like it a great deal. With that said, I fully agree with standpoint. Yep, absolutely. The Deepin distro also has the Deepin Display Manager and beautiful installer all native applications. I'm a really good YouTuber. Thank you very much, HackerSpeed. Really enjoy Xubuntu, Lubuntu, probably Xubuntu more. Any way to turn off secure boot? Well, secure boot is something you turn on or turn off in the BIOS of your computer. So boot up your computer, and usually what I'll do is F12 or F9. F9 usually for your HPs, F12 for most other computers to get into the bootloader. And then I just enter setup from the bootloader. That way I don't have to figure out, is it the escape key? Is it the delete key? Is it the F10 key? Is it the F2 key? You know, how to get into the system BIOS. That's where you want to disable secure boot. And not all systems allow you to. So far, my favorite was Manjaro. Yes, Manjaro is awesome. MX Linux. Okay. So that's a possibility. Greetings, Joseph. May opt for the R7 or an RX 5680. Yeah, I don't know which one did it go from there. I went with the R7 because it was available. Have I tried Pop OS? No, and I probably won't, simply because it's Pop OS is just a customized Ubuntu running GNOME for System 76 computers, and I'm very well familiar with Ubuntu. I like it. I don't care for GNOME, so I don't really see a huge reason in trying Pop, but I don't know. Eventually, I will try it out. So Pop will be leaving out data mining. That's good. Awesome. Q4OS. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. Distro's 31 on Distro Watch. The one you're talking about, Q4. Oh, I think I might have seen Q4. 31. Oh, Q4 OS. Let's have a look. Looks vaguely familiar. Based on Debian, stable, classic style. Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen. No, I don't know. It looks vaguely familiar. Not completely sure. If every time a dev is unhappy with the state of Linux distros, instead of coming out with their own new mix, they would get on an existing team and be happy to contribute, we might see great things. There you go. One of the downsides, though, Fear Smasher, with that is I like the mass variety because it means that there's something to jump ship to in the event they go off the wall crazy. And, you know, you hear this argument a lot where if just all these guys would get together and just do really good at one good Linux distro. The problem with that, biggest problem with that, is that now we have one big distro, and if corruption enters that one distro, all of the good people are over there, and we have nothing to jump ship to. That's why I don't mind the variety inside of the Linux world. But maybe a couple fewer, maybe keeping us 5 to 7 to 10 to maybe 50, limit us to 50, that might work. I don't know. User-friendly version of art. Challenge yourself. Take life by the horns. I challenge myself to take life by the horns in too many other ways. I don't have time to mess with it on my computers. Anarchy's pretty meh. Gentoo? No. See, if I start running Gentoo, if I start vanishing for a period of time, I'm probably trying to work on Gentoo. That's my thought. Debian rolling release. Okay. Nerds are misunderstood. No one listens to us. Society is intellectually lazy. Yeah, running 1804. Okay, cool. Good evening, James Miller. To check on Deep in Linux, who won't even use the terminal. How to run a Linux thing in this thing. Kitty! Bionic will be ready. I think it's late April, I think, is when it'll be ready. That's the Ubuntu 18.04. The final release, I think, is late April. Like the 3rd week of April, I think. Linux Peppermint 8. I smashed Windows. Nice. Yeah, I love my Peppermint. I think I run Peppermint 7 on my one writing computer. Thank you, Minimal Design. I appreciate it. Lot of respect. All right. Respect, man. Respect. Respect, brother. Respect. Okay, quick question if fitting the discussion. Is installing free BIOS worth it, and how tough is it? I have never tried it. If anyone has, let us know in the comments below. Although, I don't know, it might be something worth trying because the computer BIOS I have in this video production machine sucks. You find EOS the most beautiful? I don't. I think it looks like it looks like an iHome device. Ever see the iHome devices? It's the knockoff Mac products. You can tell it's supposed to be Mac, but it's cheap and knockoff. That's what I think Elementary looks like. I mean, I don't see any elegance in Elementary. But again, all that subjective, personal opinion type stuff. But you know, I mean, if it works for you and it's great, awesome, great, it is. I just don't think it looks nice. I don't know. Better up the quality of this stream, buddy. GT Live just went up. GT Live. Who's GT Live? Everyone loves to complain about fragmentation Linux community until someone suggests that the distro shouldn't exist. Yeah, probably. We need a phone baseband Linux distro. Well, that's what Librem 5 is trying to do right now. So. And the good thing with the Librem 5 project is it brought UB ports, Plasma, and you know, Librem together. Kitty, kitty, off my desk. Come on. How many people don't know Linux exists? We need a few interstate billboards or something. There you go. That works. Or we can all start wearing Switch to Linux t-shirts, which you can get t-shirts, mouse pads, things like that. Shop.switchtolinux.com. Spotty Sylvia, greetings. Tom, I already told you, Tom, in some BIOS versions you can't disable secure boot. In order to do that, you have to delete the secure keys. Yeah, some like my friend's computer, we put Linux Mint on it. We cannot disable secure boot, so we just went back to legacy option. That's what we did. Most development nowadays happens on desktops and not distros. Yeah. Install Linux from scratch. No, don't have time for that. Ubuntu 17.10 is a mistake. Amen to that. I agree. I mean, Ubuntu 17.10 kind of made me want to walk away from Ubuntu for a while. For me, not so much as Elementary as a whole, but like the Pantheon desktop and some of their native apps. Okay, cool. Greetings, Montevideo. Urgeny, how's it going there? Install Arch from scratch. No. Have I tried Endless OS? No, I've not. I kind of want to. I haven't bothered downloading it because a 12 gig download. I should just do it though. I should just download the thing and install it on something cool. I don't know. Reply to perform large downloads controlled by client browser, especially ISOs. Do I use a method like that? Or just local download? I just locally download ISOs. I have like, I don't know, 100 Mbps internet. So I can I downloaded that Anarchy. It took me a minute. I don't know. Not feeling good about Librem 5. Too many issues. Yeah, I mean, I'm not an early adopter. I like what they're doing, but I'm not an early adopter. That's for sure. A lot of it's just because I don't spend that much money on a phone. If Android hadn't made it so difficult to root your phone, everyone could have Linux on their phones. Yeah, and that's the thing is I'm looking into, I want to buy another tablet. My Dell tablet finally died. I'd like to get another tablet, and I will only get a tablet if I can unlock the bootloader and flash Lineage or some other system on it. And I can't find a local. I'm going to have to get something from Amazon or from eBay or something to actually put Lineage on it because I can't find any at the local stores. Everything that I have is just out there. So if anyone knows a good tablet that I can run that on. Cat is like pushing cat hair all over. Let's do this. Just cat hair all over. Kitty. And it's not Android as much as it's the manufacturers and the service providers. So like if you get a Motorola phone and you've bought it directly from Motorola, you can unlock the bootloader. If you have a Motorola phone you've bought from AT&T, you can't unlock the bootloader. Yeah, carriers are a bigger part of the problem than Android itself. In fact, Android, I would argue, made it the least problem because I have a Nexus 5X, your Pixels, at least the ones prior to just recently, very easy to unlock the bootloader. No problems at all. A lot of your carrier-based ones or your other brands, a lot of problems. It has to do more with them. Anyone else having bugs and commenting? Every now and again. I haven't tried today, though. Off topic here. Your Christian channel rocks. Well, thank you very much. I will be streaming on the Christian channel today in an hour and a half, so I'm actually going to be closing this one out soon so I can have dinner in between. Yes, I will be live streaming on the Christian channel tonight, and I am talking about who is Lucifer, because I'm going to do the outdoor philosophy. I'm going to start on the Linux channel for outdoor philosophy is going to be the Lucifer principle, because I had way more votes for that than any of the other books that I had. But some of the things I radically disagree with the approach that the author is taking, but they're not really philosophy type things. They're more of religious type things. And so I'm going to address those more rigidly on the Christian channel. I'm going to hit the philosophy more rigidly on the Linux channel. So I'm going to be doing some kind of joint stuff between the two channels. But I will be streaming on that in a little bit. But Arco Linux Arch Merge, I will not do Arch Merge. When Arch Merge first came out to try and push their numbers up, they started doing it with seductive women all over their pictures and things, of which they have since cleaned up their image. But it is going to be at least 6 months to a year before I'd even consider them. So I am officially not using Arch Merge because of their specific philosophy of objectifying women to push their distro. If you don't believe that, go check out their website on the archive, on the web archive. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I will not go near Arch Merge right now because I will not support a distro that objectifies women, period. Let's see. Can I buy any of your products using a credit card? As far as analog, the shirts and stuff that I have, they're all processed directly through Spreadshirt. So they, yes, you can do anything that they have. Let me just go over there real quick. So the site is, it's shop.spreadshirt.com/switch to Linux. You can get it at shop.switchtolinux.com. We'll redirect you. And yeah, they support PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express. And anything on the store, 15% off until March 8th. Make sure you come down here and redeem this code. Of course, you can get shirts, men's, ladies over here. I think I have some of the kids' shirts set up for kids, and I have coffee cups, shopping bags. My friend stole my water bottle. Now he wanted to buy a water bottle, and he was taking a long trip, so I said, well, just take mine, I'll buy a new one, you can pay me when you get back. And then this is the mouse pad, which is right here. I did wait until I pushed the store live because I want to double check the quality of the products. The quality is actually very good. And so these, and I did mistakenly say I get $2 anytime something is ordered. If you order it from this store here, I actually get more than that. I think I get like $4 if you order a mouse pad. $4 goes to me. I think $5 for the travel and the water bottles. I think $4 for the coffee mugs. Things like that. So yeah, any of these accessories, you do that. If you're talking about the Christian type stuff, my books are available on Amazon.com. So yeah, any way you can do from there. You can get them from me directly through PayPal. So That is that. Librem 5 seems flaky. I don't know if it seems flaky. I really kind of like what they're doing. I'm waiting for a few generations until the bugs are out. If you have something compatible with it, you could take a look at Plasma Mobile. Pseudo Linux, before he jumped off of YouTube, was doing a lot of experimentation with Plasma Mobile. He said it's really not ready. Nexus 5X phone that I have here is compatible with it, but it's not a production-ready phone, and I need my phone production-ready. That's why I use Lineage. Think of setting up in bed and working from the phone. After being sick for a solid week, my energy and staying power is just gone. Oh, that's... Custom ROM's always fun. Yep. We have 3 cats, all long hair, and they cough up more hairballs than they do. Yep. This guy here... Okay. Internet beeped over here for a minute. My thing just came up. It's like, we're not receiving data. It's back. It's back. Okay. Linux is perfect. Not being able... Adobe products and other popular Windows software is one of the biggest leading excuses for people not to switch. Yeah, and I think, like, I want to do a video soon about how it's not LibreOffice that's incompatible, it's Microsoft Office. Because I can take an Office document in any format from Microsoft Office and it will open perfectly fine in LibreOffice. But if I take a LibreOffice document, .odt or whatever their open source document is, and I try and open that in Microsoft Office, and it has a hissy fit. Because it's not LibreOffice, people. It's Microsoft Office. They're intentionally making it hard to use the open source formats because they want to lock you into the system. I should do a whole video on that. How it's Microsoft Office, not LibreOffice, that's a problem. Good morning, Harry. Yeah, I haven't been sick for like 3 years. The flu virus in 2015 tried to knock me down. That's the last time I got the sniffles, other than induced by kitty fur. Liking GNOME on Mint. Okay, that's cool. Okay. I cannot put icons. It's a touch glitchy, and then I cannot put icons on the desktop. Is there a good distro I recommend which has a solid GNOME implement? Actually, for trying to put the desktop, first try to install the GNOME tweak tool. If that does not allow you to put desktop icons, I bet the problem might be you need to install Nautilus. So try installing Nautilus and then try the tweak tool and then see if you can put the desktop icons on. Try that in your Linux Mint. That's actually what I had to do to enable desktop icons when I ran Linux Mint Budgie, which is based on GNOME. You had to install Budgie, and then you had to install Nautilus and then that way you were enabled to have the desktop icons. So try taking that Linux Mint running GNOME, install Nautilus, and see if that allows you to have the desktop icons through the GNOME tweak tool. Try that. Otherwise, which would I recommend has a solid GNOME I think the best GNOME implementation is probably Fedora, is my guess. I think Deep in Linux is going to be where I go. Christians are good people until they anyhow try to convert non-Christians. Well, come on, man. That's our call. We're supposed to do that. We're supposed to do it a whole lot different than the Western society does it. Here, have this track. You're going to burn in hell if you don't believe in Jesus. That ain't Christianity, people. That's psychoism. I'm a Catholic. Why does everyone think we are evil? Because Jesus said we'd be persecuted for following him? I don't know. I look at LXLE, ran it for a while, my notebook. I have not looked at it, no. Can't shove religion down people's throats. Me and Tom don't go for that, no. Talking about arch merge. Haven't seen any objectification. Take a look at their gallery. They have fully clothed women posing in the photos. Okay, the fact is that I'm not talking, they weren't using porn. They were using seductively dressed women. Yes, fully dressed, but women nevertheless through their system. And they cleaned up their image a lot after it first came out. Someone pointed me to it. I looked at it and it looked like smut to me. And then I looked at it again a few weeks later and everything seemed all cleaned up. So I'm like, am I going crazy? So I went into the web archive, looked up the old website, and yes, I was correct. They were clearly objectifying women to try and bring people in. I mean, I have no other explanation for it. So that's my thought. What is my opinion on Lunduke? For the most part, I like Lunduke. There's obviously a few things that I would disagree with him on. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that he has been so in the Linux community for so long. He doesn't understand how a new person to Linux comes out. And that's why I think he takes a wrong stance on net neutrality issue, which is a much bigger deal than he's trying to make it out to be. And he seems very political to me. Kissing the right people's butts in the Linux community for notoriety. That's it comes off as being that way. Other than that, I mean, I like what he does. I'll tell you, I unsubbed him, and I'll watch a video if it seems interesting, but that's about it. I think he's just had too many things that I didn't really care for, and not just in him, but in the circle of people he tends to work with. I've seen a lot of objectionable things in that circle, and it's kind of reminiscent of some of the Linux philosophy I didn't specifically want. I like the guy. I love to chat with the guy sometime. Absolutely. But I disagree with him enough that I unsubbed his channel. I can tell you that. But that's me. I might go back sometime. I love catching some of his rants. I love catching some of his points. He knows a ton about the Linux community, which is great stuff. He has a lot of influence in the Linux community, which is good for the Linux cause. I've also seen him use the influence in directions that aren't necessarily good either. But that's my opinion on it. I mean, who am I? I'm just a little guy with 8,000 subs and is new to Linux. I mean, yeah. I do not do flu shots anymore. CDC is not giving me good faith in them. Yep. Greetings, Dr. Rob. Ultimate Linux distro would be Linux Mint 18 through with Deepin. That'd be interesting. Greetings, Political Monkey. Sabayon Linux. Sabayon Linux. Thank you, by the way, Political Monkey. Sabayon Linux. Let's look that one up. I've not heard of that one. If it's an easy Gen 2, I might give it a try. Beginner-friendly Gen 2 open source Linux distro. So here's their thing here. Ooh, I have my choice. Mate, XFCE, GNOME. All right, we're going to run KDE because I want to have minimal issues. Let's have a look at that one. So I'm going to download that one too. Ooh, that's pretty big. 2.5 gig download. That's pretty big. All right. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Let's see. Apple was more open for mobile app development when they were the ones preventing people from making iOS apps on Apple systems. Changed very well. It's everyone's choice what they support and why. Yep. All right. See, I'll have a look at that Sabayon Linux. Political Monkey. That sounds good. See, the super chat will win out. I was all set to go Deepin, but I'll try this one out, and then I'll run Deepin after that. It's very Pentecostal. Through the study of Christian history and theology, I became Orthodox. Though my own family, I've learned most times it's best to about the stressful religious way. Yeah, for me, I just don't agree in denominations in general. I think denominations are like political parties. They find little tiny things to split the people, and I think that that's an issue. Well, what Ubuntu did last year is they wanted to focus more time on their server and IoT technologies, which I honestly think was a decent idea. So Ubuntu 1 got discontinued, but UB ports picked it up. So it's basically called Ubuntu Touch, and UB ports has picked it up, and they've been running with it. And they're actually teaming up with Librem 5 guys at Purism to continue it out. So I think hopefully that'll cause good things to happen. Stable entry package manager is nice. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. Yeah, I'll try that one next. Person don't care what companies or political or moral views to a large degree. What matters they are selling, and do they care about their customers? Awesome. Thanks for buying the coffee mug. Yeah, and they're nice coffee mugs too. I really like it. Greetings, Anna Rita. You try Justin Bieber Linux? No, I haven't. Nick's Package Manager. Send it to me in a PM and I'll add it to my list. My list is buried under stuff on my desktop. I can't get to it right now. Because then it becomes part of the brand. So yeah, and that's the thing. And this is the thing, is that in the Linux community, there are so many choices. If a Linux distro does something off the wall, I can jump ship and go somewhere else. All right. Well, I think I've got to the bottom of this, and I'm going to be streaming on the Christian channel in about 1 hour. So let me go ahead and throw the link in there. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up now. I will try this this distro here. Oh, actually, I gotta. Well, how long is it going to take to download? 37 more minutes to download. But if you want to come on over, we're going to be talking about who is the devil, who is Lucifer. This is the Christian channel. So we'll be over there in about an hour. Scheduled to start about 9 o'clock over there. And so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up right now. Let's see. Where's the kitty? Kitty! Does anyone know how to read and write the speed of a USB flash drive? Wait. No, I don't know how to check the speed. Yeah. Yeah, you're late, Anna Rita, but if you come on by in about an hour, I'll be on the Christian channel. We'll be talking about the devil. So I missed it. Hope to see the Sabayon Linux. Yes. Yep, I will. I have downloaded it, and we'll go from there. And don't leave yet. If you're new to the stream, if you're a new time on, don't leave yet, because we have the best part of the stream is feeding the kitty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we got a double feeder today. Whoa. Yes, there will be switch to kitty products. Oh. Kitty. Right here. Right here. Your finger looking good? Yeah. Come here, you. Come here, kitty. Here, I'm going to put this one down. See if I can grab the other one. Roar. Got a double feeder today. Oh, yeah, she doesn't want one. I don't think she wants another one. Oh, kitty, come on. This is for your sister. All right, it's for you. Yeah, she doesn't want to be. She's camera shy. She's camera shy. Alrighty. Yes, we will eventually have switched to kitty products on over there. Don't know for sure when, but we'll get there. Alright, so once again, you can check out switchlinks.com/support for all the ways to currently help support us. And yeah, eventually I will have this new Linux distro booted up over here in place of my Debian computer. Alright. Alright, well, have yourself a good evening, everybody, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.